Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel, video number 2, all about Reiki. So I am your host, Roxanne Valier. I'm owner-operator here at Soul to Soul Healing. I have a healing business in Saskatchewan, Canada. I can do distance sessions, and so I serve people all over the world. But here I am in little old Saskatchewan, Canada. I have a podcast, which this YouTube channel is in correlation with, called The Little Filly Who Couldn't Be Broke. And I have a little spiel, or I've told you all about why it's titled that over on my podcast in the introduction. And so, welcome. Let me just jump right in. This video is all about Reiki healing. So if you watched my first introduction video, I introduced you to all of the things, like my journey and all the things I learned and all the things that have happened in my crazy old life. And Reiki was the foundation of everything. It was the first thing that the universe kind of pushed me like, you need a change, you want a change, you're asking for a change, go change. And like I told in the story, I just stumbled into, it was kind of like, it's a metaphysical store, and they had books, and they had, crystals and all the things, and there was a poster on the poster board about Reiki Level 1. Never been to this store before. I stumbled into it with my sister, and all of a sudden I'm signing up for Reiki, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is, but I'm looking for something new, so here we go. So Reiki is working with the universal life force energy. So it's working with our energy, and it was the introduction. It was the initial thing, course, class, teachings that I had. So it's the foundation of all that I know to be around the spiritual teachings, around the spiritual healing and moving and transforming energy. That being said, I have since, if you've watched that video, taken numerous other courses, and I've kind of stacked them on top of each other, meaning that I've integrated them all together. So any new spiritual teachings, I guess, that I learned in other classes, like obviously I brought what I learned already through the Reiki, through my first course, to the other courses as well. And then I took what I knew to be true about the other courses and applied them into, and kind of rolled them into this big ball of what I'm creating as my own, it's not necessarily a unique modality, but it is, right? It's going to be. Because I've taken my journey and created a course around it. So this is the foundation, though. This is what really got me understanding, like, we are energy, like our bodies, can shift and change and move, and there's energetic healing, and there's just like, it can work on all levels. Like, before I even stumbled into anything energy, it was just like, you need healing, you go to the doctor, you do the things, right? You need mental support, you go to a therapist, and you do their things. And finally, like, from where I was, from what I would say, like, the dark night of the soul, right? That my breakdown, where I was in my breakdown, I needed something that was beyond those things, that was different, that was unique. I mean, this isn't super unique, but that was not just mainstream, right? And I needed something to get to all levels. I needed something to get and really open up, clear out emotions, clear out belief systems, clear out, physical, like I was having so much physical issues and pain and stuff. It wasn't life-threatening. It's not life-threatening. I don't have a life-threatening disease or anything like that. But it was uncomfortable. It made it hard to get through my day. I didn't have the energy that I used to have. It was all being taken up with, like, just holding the pain in my body. and getting through that and holding this emotional pain that I was moving through, and really trying to sit with what was coming up, like what was going on. So Reiki addressed, or they spoke about all the different levels, and they spoke about spiritual healing and this spiritual concepts that I'd never even ever heard before. If had I heard about them before, was all through religion, and like the Bible and stuff like that as well. So funny story, which I haven't told in any other audio or video or anything. But at that time, I was really searching. Like, I was just searching around for everything and anything I stumbled into. And I was just following the path and following the conversations and the books I was reading and taking in what I knew to be true for me. So did I digest those books and courses and stuff? Yes. But really, you only take out of them, I can't say what's just true for you, but what's there to help you, right? Like, you really probably don't, like, you cannot digest like 100% of the content, right? And it's just a lot to take in. So I just took out of them what I needed to take out of them. And I really followed the intuition, which is another thing that I would like to talk to you about, because Reiki is quite an intuitive, it's a spiritual, energetic healing modality. And so it helps you and allows you to and asks you to and really forces you almost in a gentle, loving way to open up. You really cannot do Reiki energy healing without the intuitives, like your intuitive nature being open and really digging deep and opening up your intuitive nature. So Reiki is all about opening up the intuition and working with the energies, and that is exactly what I did. So on my journey, it just helped me address all of these things. It helped me address the spiritual concepts that I was missing. It helped me address the mental belief systems. It switched some of those around for me, and I knew I could always dig deeper and continue to work with that. It really cleared out some emotional stuff, and it gets right down to the physical. So after taking my Reiki, and actually I did body talk later that same year, so it was very, very close in time frame. But after I was doing all this stuff, and I spoke in my introduction, or like the first video, on the horsemanship that I was doing as well at the time. So I was actually doing the Pirelli horsemanship at the time, and they have it's 4 different levels. And so of course you have your spiritual, your mental, your emotional, and your physical. And I didn't necessarily take the 4 levels of the Pirelli program, but I said, hey, they have 4 levels, and they kind of break it down. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm going to break this healing down into these 4 areas. And then I applied that to the horses, and I applied that to humans, and I applied that everywhere, that I'm really dealing with these 4 areas. And they were quite important to me to address each area, like, and not only focus on the physical, because they're all intertwined and they all work together, right? Makes sense? So I spoke about opening your intuition. That is definitely a huge piece of it. It's the first piece of it, opening your intuition. You get to know and learn about the energy centers, as I spoke about. We are energy. Our bodies are made of energy. We are not just these physical bodies. We have energy moving throughout our bodies, in our cells, in our, like, the molecules, the atoms are moving around in there. And they are malleable, right? Like we can shift them, we can change them. So when we change our energy, whatever plane we're on, like, meaning, like, if we change our energy physically, if we change our energy emotionally, if we change our energy mentally, they really all work together. But whichever way we change our energy, we are actually shifting the molecules. Like, the molecules have to shift. They have to shift. When we do the work, our bodies just change and shift with what we believe, with what we feel. And you understand this, you know this already, in the way of, like, if we feel sad, right, or grief, you can see the grief on people, you can see the sadness on people, and it's not just like expressing them on our face, but our bodies start to change to really embody what we are going through at that time. So if we change them and transform them and move through some limiting beliefs and through the hardships that we're going through the energetic challenges, or even just the worldly challenges, the human challenges, if we move through these challenges, our bodies just shift and change. So, I mean, like I mentioned, I was having a lot of uncomfortable physical pain. Now, it wasn't life-threatening, and I didn't have to focus too much on it. So I really focused. I mean, I did say, like, this is how I'm feeling in my body. This is what's coming up. This is what's going on. I did address it a little bit, but I didn't focus on it. I focused on the emotions that were underneath it, the emotions that were affecting me, the belief systems, what I was putting into place, the spiritual concepts, and the spiritual belief systems, and really rearranging everything, like, to settle into more trust in the universe, to settle into connection and intuition, like intuitively connecting to my spirit team, and really just following all of those guides, nudges, and the messages that were coming through, right? And it took me on one hell of a journey, but here we are. But Reiki really offered me that foundation. And since a long time ago, I have been offering that foundation as a class to others as well. And I was doing it in person. And I actually opened my Akashic records, which is actually, that's not true. I opened the Akashic records of my business, Soul to Soul Healing. So my business is Akashic records. And they told me, they said, get it online. Like, that's the next step. So I created during just before? No, it was during the pandemic. I created my online Reiki courses. So I have 6 courses for you guys. I also do in-person Reiki right here in my healing room where we are. And so you can come for an in-person, where's my bed, over here, Reiki session. I can do distance session for you guys as well. If it's not possible for you to get here in person, or it's just more convenient for you to fit it in your schedule through distance session, that is more than possible. And I love doing distance sessions as well. And then I have my online Reiki course where you can become a Reiki master. You can, okay, so I'm just going to start telling you about all of the Reiki classes that I took, that I offer now. I have taken them, but I've created Reiki level 1, 2, however you want to do this. I really left it up to you guys. I really just created these courses, and I'm leaving it up to you guys. Wherever you're at your journey, or on your journey, or in your life, wherever you're at in your life, whatever it is that you are ready to step into next, I really left it up to you guys. So there's your Reiki level 1, 2, and that then become a Reiki practitioner. And it gives you everything you need to practice Reiki on yourself in your own life. You could do it for family and friends, just kind of offer it out as a beautiful healing modality, or you could even start to offer it for others, meaning like of service to others, right? And that is definitely a possibility after taking your level 1 and 2. I also have, because I work with horses and I have all kinds of animals on my farm and stuff. I also offer, in addition to that, so it's a separate course. animal healing and communication. But you need to take your Reiki level 1 and 2 because it is the basis. So what you learn in your level 1, 2 rolls over into your animal healing and communication. So if you'd like to add on the animal healing piece about that and communication piece about that, by all means, that course is there for you as well. I loved making that course for you guys. I loved making all of them. I'm not going to lie. I really just love making these online courses. So on top of that, you can do your Reiki mastery. So your level 3, 4 is your Reiki master and teacher. And so you can purchase that one as well. Once you've taken your level 1, 2, you do not need to take the animal healing and communication if you're not called to do it. So you can do your level 1, 2, and then on top of that, either do and or kind of thing, your animal communication and or your Reiki mastery. And I've bundled those together in exactly that way. So I've done Reiki level 1, 2, and animal communication. The 2 courses is a bundle. I have done Reiki level 1 and 2 and level 3 and 4. And that is your Reiki Mastery bundle. So if you're not into healing and communicating with the animals, that's just not your thing. You want to go in a different direction. That's not something that you want to grab. That's fine. You can either do them individually, separately, or you can grab that bundle. It's always cheaper to grab the bundle if you can grab it right off the bat. And then, while making those courses, I was speaking about some of the topics. There's 3 specific topics that I was speaking about, and I wrote them down and I said, you know what? This is just one module in this course. This could be a whole course in itself. So I created whole courses in themselves, right? So I did opening your intuition. So that is a course that you can just grab if you're just beginning out, you just kind of want to dip your toes in the water. That is kind of like the first offering, the cheapest, the least expensive course to kind of dip your toes in the water of opening your intuition, really getting a feel for or taste of what this energy stuff is, what's going on, and opening up your intuitive senses. I also created the Spirit Guides 101, all about spirit guides and your spirit team, and really connecting into any guides. I have over 150 spirit guides on my spirit team. You get to intimately know your own spirit team if you jump into that course. So there's that option as well. If that is something you kind of have, a little bit of knowledge about this stuff, but you're curious about spirit guides, that is one that is on offer as well. So you can grab that one if that's where your journey is taking you. And the final one is chakras and auras. And I just wanted to dive deeper. Chakras and auras are the main energetic hubs, I guess, in our body. So in our energy centers, these are the energy centers, and there's 7 main ones that run down the center of our body. And I introduced those to you in the Reiki level 1 and 2. If you want to dive deeper, or if you kind of just want to take this separately, kind of all on its own, you can grab the chakras and auras. So your aura is the energy that exists outside of you. So like if I have like an emotion or whatnot, like, well, during COVID, and they say like that 6 feet circle and or more, depending on how sensitive you are, that is our personal space, right? That's our aura. That's our energy. That is our personal space, because our energy is still beyond us, right? Like it's out beyond our bodies, because we're not just our bodies. We are our spiritual, energetic bodies, right? So that is the chakras and auras. Now, you can buy those individually. All 3 of those courses are offered individually. You can just grab them up and buy them as you see fit. Or the final and ultimate bundle is all of them. All of them. And this is the best offer, monetary wise. So if you're interested in these topics, in all of this content, you will become or get your Reiki mastery. You will be an animal-like communication healer, so you can do it on people, you can do it on animals, you can do it out in nature, you can do it on your home, you can do it everywhere, or anywhere that you are. You can do it distance, you can do it in person. You could just, like, once you even get your like Reiki master, you actually become a Reiki teacher. So offer it out and take it to the masses. And then this bundle actually has, so you have your Reiki level 1, 2, your animal communications, and your mastery, your Reiki mastery level 3, 4. And I've thrown in for free. So the price point did not change when I created those 3 first and offered that full bundle. And then I created the other 3 in addition to. And I threw them in for free. So the price point did not change. And there's also a payment plan for that one in particular, just because it is the highest price, but it's the best value. So those 3 are just free. You will get extra information on chakras and auras. You'll get extra information on your spirit guides and team. You will get extra kind of videos and content about opening up your intuition, which are all subjects and topics that I talk about in the Reiki courses, right? Yeah. So that's that. Go on over to soultosoulhealing.ca. That's where you will find all of this stuff. And you can find me on social media. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me here on YouTube. You can find me on my podcast, The Little Filly Who Couldn't Be Broke. Where else am I? So it says I'm on Twitter, which I think my Twitter is connected to my Facebook, so you'll probably look like I'm updating. But I didn't care for Twitter. It didn't have like flashy pictures and videos, and I couldn't speak for 35 minutes. So, or type out like long ass posts. So I had them all clicked. I like clicked into it, and I kind of started on Twitter, and then I'm just like, this one. But I'm sure they're linked up. I haven't even been on my Twitter probably in 6 months, but I think that the posts go there. I think it says I'm on Pinterest as well, which I am, but I don't think I put anything. This isn't really a Pinterest topic. But I'm going to ask questions about that. Maybe I can throw up some memes or something on there, pictures. I had an idea way back in the day on how to start Pinterest, and then it fizzled because it just seemed too fiddly, and it really not really my target audience, not really for this stuff. So so you can find me on the social medias. You can find me, I have Soul to Soul Healing Facebook page, and I have it's a Facebook group, and you will find it, I think Soul to Soul Connections. You will find it under my Facebook, my Soul to Soul Healing page. It's connected there. So if you take these Reiki courses, there is actually a Facebook page, and I actually even forgot to mention this. There is a Facebook group specifically related to, and I mean, I mention this after every video. So if you even have one of the courses, I say, jump into the Facebook group, let's chat over there. And so that is where the conversations are held and will be held. And it's just going to be open for absolutely anyone who takes any of these, who's interested in joining us in that group. Any of these 6 Reiki courses, it's just going to be like a Reiki community where we can ask questions or speak about our experiences or whatever. So questions, comments, concerns, experiences, stories, just throw it on over there in the Facebook group. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to think about all my social medias and all the way you can find me. They were, I should check the links, all on my website. So if you jump over to my website, oh, I remember the last one. Jump over to my website. You'll find all the social media links there. And maybe not for the Facebook group, but the Facebook page for sure. The last one is my newsletter. So jump on over to my newsletter. It doesn't go out all that often. I don't like to spam people, but when I do have something to say, I throw it on over in the newsletter. So my email newsletter, you can join, you can sign up for that at the bottom of the page on my website. So I think that's it. That's how you can find me. That's how you can learn more about my story. That's where you can read up more. You can see, sorry, I'm just clicking on my computer and I almost lost my video. Wouldn't be very good. What was I saying? Don't click on the computer while you're recording. I think that's it. I lost my train of thought. It was kind of a thing to almost lose my video. It's kind of a thing. Yeah, website. Jump on over. That's where the courses are. I remember what I was saying. You can learn about all the things, and you can see all the horses. So I have all of the horses up on the website, so you can go check them out and meet all of the horses and read about any stories and any information and any of the courses. It's all there. It's all there. It's all there. That's it. Have a wonderful day, I think. You know what? If there's something else, I'll just make another video. That's how it's just going to go. So Reiki Healing is super awesome, super cool. It teaches you so much about spiritual energy, like energetic healing. Talks to you about the spiritual concepts. Like I said, and when I made these, when I made these videos, when I'm making these videos now, and when I made even the Reiki courses, and when I offer the Reiki sessions, I really bring all of this stuff to the table, right? So it is the foundational energetic course, but sorry. Okay, so here's actually how that went. I can hear the washing machine upstairs. I wonder if they can hear the washing machine on my video. So it doesn't matter. The clothes are washing upstairs. It's fine. So it's going to be more. I've made it my own. I could not leave out, the knowledge that I had from all of these other courses and all of these other experiences. That if you've watched the introduction video, that I spoke about all of these different things that I have learned and experienced and have the knowledge and the background of, they come with me every time I do a Reiki session. They've only added to the Reiki courses, the Reiki sessions and everything. I don't specifically talk about body talk or Akashic or actually not necessarily, but the angels would be what I add into most specifically, and into the Reiki. Yeah, I think that's the one. And then the animal healing, right? So I offer the equine connection, the healing session with my horses. I offer that as well. And then so those would be the ones. So that would be the animal connection, the animal communication and healing. But in the course, I'm actually speaking about, I'm speaking about healing the animals. So if you have an urge or a calling or are feeling really drawn to healing animals in whatever capacity, that is mostly what that piece is speaking about. I do offer you the knowledge and some experience on how to just receive messages and stuff from them, like communicate with them. But it's more geared towards the healing aspect of it. If you want to know more, and I will be getting to this in my videos, but if you want to know more about the actual like healing humans with horses, healing yourself with horses, or doing like the horse healing, horse healing. That's what I call it. That's what I call it for myself, healing with horses. That's going to be another course. So if that is something that you are interested in, I will be making. Yes, I am. The details just are not done yet. I spoke about that, and I will be speaking about that until the details are done. The course that I am creating, I'm in the middle of creating this course of equine facilitation, of healing with the horses and using the horses for our energy healing, our spiritual healing, rather than taking our spiritual healing or Reiki healing and using it to heal the horses, which both are very, very important. Both are very, very important. So depending on which one you're called to, I will be having possibilities for you to take both. I just need to complete the other course, which I am in the middle of doing. So I don't have the full details for that. I don't know like how long it's going to look. I'm just cruising through the content right now. So I'm like making manuals and making like sections and chapters and whatever. Like I'm piecing the content together. So I don't know what it's going to look like to offer. Like I'm guessing that one is going to be like a year-long course or an 8-month-long course or something like that. I feel like it's going to be more like in person and maybe like over Zoom, like offered really like, I'm going to say one-on-one. I think I mentioned that before, but it'll be a group setting. So there will be so and so many people who, however many sign up, a group setting, but it will be like one-on-one in person over Zoom or retreats or whatever, because I want you to experience the horses firsthand. And I want to have the conversations with you and teach you how to become that facilitator. And that's going to be something else. But the Reiki is really the foundation for everything that I've ever learned in the healing. So I will offer this as one last thing. I know I've said I was almost done before, but that's why I made these videos, to explain anything and everything to you. So I want to just dump it out all on here. Tell you about all the things, because I love talking about this stuff. I love promoting this stuff. I love answering questions about this stuff. I just want you to know all the stuff. So I said one last thing and then I lost my train of thought. Come back, train of thought. So much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. So I have the one-on-one offerings, so like the in-person or distance sessions. I have these online courses, and I will be doing, so I have the Reiki course. I'm in the middle of creating a mediumship course, and I will have the equine facilitator course, whatever that looks like. Equine empowerment is what it's going to be called. Universe, bring back my train of thought. Maybe you guys didn't need to know. One last thing. I even made notes, like and then I just talk about it. But yes, that's exactly why I made these courses. I wish I could rewind and go back to that sentence, and then I might remember, but I can't rewind while I'm recording live. I guess actually it's not live. You know what? But here's I I treat these like they're live, and I don't sit here and I don't re-record 16 times. It's like, this is it. This is me talking to you in person. And then that's it. Okay, you know what? Maybe if I remember it, if something comes up again, I will throw it on a different video. I think that's what I already said. Okay, so Reiki Healing is, I remember what it is. Okay, this is what I was going to say. I knew if I just waited long enough, it would come back. The Reiki Healing, so I was just describing to you, the Reiki Healing is the first bundle of courses that I made. And that is for kick-ass personal growth. It's the foundation of all that I know. And I brought everything to the table. And then the next thing I'm in the middle of creating, is 6 more courses around mediumship and mediumship mastery and really stepping into your mediumship. So Reiki is all about healing yourself. Mediumship is all about connections and relationships with others. So I really dive, and I will be diving deep into, I've started that one, but it's not complete yet either. So it's not quite all uploaded or available yet. But I will be diving deep into healing our relationships with others, healing our connections with others, healing those attachments, healing all of this stuff. So in my Reiki, I'm going to say heal, heal, heal. You have self-responsibility. Dive deep, dive in. What's coming up for you? Do your work. I will be going on and on and on about doing all of the inner work and just healing and taking responsibility for all that is yours. And then I will say also in the Reiki, but as well, we can also cut cords and clear these things that are also coming up. So it's 80% self-healing, 20%, other people are gonna be affecting you, right? In mediumship, and this is how my own journey kind of went with them too. I spent so much time doing my own healing. It was number one. In the mediumship stuff, which I will be getting into very, very shortly on another call, so I could have waited till then as well. But hey, why not say it twice? The mediumship is 80% how to clear, how to speak to, your past loved ones, how to speak to your spirit guides, how to speak to, and really find that deep, deep connection. We find that deep, deep connection with the universe. We find it with our spirit guides and everything, but it just takes you to the next level of connection with the universe. And it brings you to connecting with all that's outside of you. So there's different realms, and I will get into all of this stuff under the mediumship. But what I'm trying to say is my mediumship really worked with the outside stuff. 20% at the beginning of the thing, at the course, kind of thing, was do your work. Do your work, figure out your stuff, be responsible for your stuff, and you can do all this other stuff too, right? Connect with each different realm. You can clear all of this stuff. You can, do all this work on all of these different areas in your life. And this is a story I will get into in the conversation on mediumship as well. But that's really what I found. At the very beginning, I joined some circles. I wanted to get to know the other people in and around the community. So some light worker circles and some healing circles and all the things. I just jumped into all of the things that people were offering back then that I found. And I really found in my own journey and in those experiences, there was your healers and then there was your mediums. And they both spoke about connecting to spirit, and it was beautiful and it was awesome. But I found the healers were Reiki and otherwise, right? We're the other stuff doesn't really bother us. Like, it's not really a thing. It's all, and it's only our stuff. Like, we just deal with your stuff, and then that's it. And the mediumship is like, what else is haunting you? Like, what else is going on? All this stuff is like going on, and we need to deal with all this stuff. And they were very minimal on their self-healing. And this is how my journey went. It was just like, I did all of this self-healing. Shit was still bothering me, so I had to dive in and clear. Like, I cleared the inside stuff, cleared the outside stuff. Now it's like, bring it together. Bring it together. And actually, that is what equine impairment, there's going to be a whole other video on this. But I wanted to offer this to you because if equine empowerment is not where you want to go with it, you don't want to become a facilitator of horse healing, then that's not your thing. But what that course is going to offer is it's going to offer, like, I'm going to have, like, I do have on offer the 6 Reiki courses, which I've spoken to you about. And I am creating, I'm in the middle of creating the 6 mediumship courses, and they will be on offer this year. I don't have a final date for that. Just whenever they get finalized, they will be up and running, and I will launch them. They will be up and running this year. And then I've taken these 12 courses and I've rolled them into one. And like I said, I'm creating this because once those 12 courses were created in my mind, like the content, the outlines, the sections and whatever, like I haven't finished all the paragraphs yet, but like the sections is like, yes, this is what I want to talk about in each of these areas. And it's like all of it. I just want to take all of it and put it in one course and then roll that together and just be like, and here's how the horses support us in that, right? Here's how they work into the equation as well. So healing our stuff, healing, our relationships, and, it goes into like boundaries and cutting cords and doing all of the outside clearing, because the horses were very, very clear. It was actually oh my God, I'm going on and on about the other topics. I will get to these as well. But it was actually when I went to do my equine facilitation course in 2018 that the horses were telling me. And it was very subtle, and it was very awkward, and it was very like, what in the fuck kind of message is coming through? Like it took me forever to unwind all of this stuff. But that's where it started. It started in that class. Like, I know how to heal myself. I don't know how to get rid of everything else that is affecting me, or having an impact on me. So the mediumship, okay, I'll get into it. On the other one, I will tell you all about it. But suffice to say that this whole journey has taught me how sensitive and how much of an empath I really am. And that's what the horses were trying to make clear. Horses are such sensitive beings, and they were trying to show me my sensitivity. And that will be addressed in the mediumship stuff, and I will talk all about that in like a couple videos. But what I wanted to say in this particular section, in this conversation, is these Reiki courses, as I've mentioned before, are the foundation. They are heal you. I mean, you can use this stuff to heal others as well, for sure. But it's sitting down, looking at your own stuff, taking responsibility for your own stuff, really digging deep into like what's going on in your body, your mind, your emotions, your connection to spirit. Like, do you have the trust in the universe? How much deeper trust in the universe, co-creating with the universe, and really, really digging into the energetics of it all. And that's where a person needs to start. And so if that's where you feel like you're at, then these are the courses that you need to start with. Okay? If any of that other stuff, if any of that other stuff is where you feel like you need to go, I have like a whole year. I think I mentioned this in the last one. I have like a whole year plus of topics and conversations written down. Like I've already outlined like 24 plus topics. So they are up and coming. Wait for them. They're not far off. I will talk all about mediumship. I'll talk all about equine empowerment. I will talk all about all of this stuff. And they will be titled as such. You will know which ones I'm talking about. The Akashic Records. You'll know which one I'm talking about. Mediumship. You'll know which one I'm talking about, further into Reiki or whatever. The titles will be very clear on what that topic is. They may not be very clear on what rants I go on when I'm talking about these subjects as well. Because for me, this is all combined. For me, it is that equine empowerment, like equine facilitator, they're all combined for me. But I do split them up for you, and I do offer them like one-on-one individually, and I do offer them in separate courses, so you can grab whatever piece of knowledge, whatever piece of your next journey that you need. Okay, so stay tuned. Go find me on the internet, go listen to some of the stuff, read some of my blog posts. I do have that as well. I'll have to tell you though, my blog is just, for right now, a repeat of my Facebook posts. I wanted to keep and share my Facebook posts. And so I just rolled them over into my blog because Facebook can crash and get shut down tomorrow, and I would lose all of my content or all of my information, all of my journey. So I have put them over onto my website page because then that is my page. Just a side note to end this off, I'm also trying to put my blog posts into a book. Haven't got there yet, just something I'm looking into. As soon as technology starts working with me again, it has been a little bit of a runaround trying to get the audio and the video and my computers to work, and the uploading and the compressing of videos and all of that good stuff to work. But I persevered, and here we are. I'm creating videos and I'm uploading them, and you are listening to them. So technology 0, Roxanne 1. Roxanne 1. Okay. Just determined to get all of this information to you guys. So here we are. Go check out my next video if it's up yet, because obviously this is my newest and latest. The introduction is the first one that I have uploaded for you guys. And just join me here. Okay, awesome. Talk to you guys soon.